Hey everyone, it's Caleb. Uh, Finally back for Charitorg video confessional number 2. So sorry it took so long for me to do another one of these, and then even after I said I was going to record one, it took me a while. And I have to be a little bit quiet because I am in my dorm room while filming this, and of course it's kind of late and people are moving around, so I don't know if you can hear them outside. People are trying to sleep, but trying to be courteous. And hopefully, it's going to go well, hopefully. But hopefully y'all can hear me, and I'm glad I shaved at some point earlier today because I wanted to look, at least I look presentable on camera, even though my hair is a mess. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty off the cuff. The only real plan I have in here is that I'm going to do a trust rankings in video form, which I think should be fun. But for the most part, I'm just going to kind of talk about just whatever comes to mind. Like, kind of detailed like Safari situation, not for me personally, but like how there's been stuff going on this round in the Safari that doesn't really involve me, but like I'm getting kind of dragged into the middle of it. So I'll talk about that, and then probably about like the future of the game or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll probably start with the Safari. So like I didn't really do much this round in the Safari. I got time travel, and I ended up getting the war suit that took away my time travel, which I'll have to go back and get next round. But I kind of explained that already in like better detail. I kind of be repeating it here. So if you want to understand what I'm saying, you can go read my last one of my last paragraph confessionals, like the normal ones. But one of the big things that happened this round was that in the Safari, Trilly ended up making a lot of progress. So basically what happened was Trilly went to nefarious plots this round, which is our like level 2 area. It's the medium risk, medium reward area for the people that can't see the Safari. And he went to Atlantis, which I actually went to in the first round, but he went to a different place I did. And he went to Wander, and he wandered somewhere, I don't know. And he ended up getting an option to like do something for an advantage or something, I don't know. And then he ended up getting the time stone. And Phoenix actually was the one who told me about this at first, because Phoenix followed him and got the time stone himself, so they both had to restart their trips. But I don't know what Phoenix did after that. But it's basically with Trilly. So Trilly, after he got the time stone, which I have the reality stone, so like we kind of compared notes on see what to do with it. But Trilly ended up going to New York next, and then he told me that he went to Greenwich in New York, which is one of the places you can go there apparently. And then he ran into Doctor Strange or something. I don't know like the exact details. Basically, he ended up with Doctor Strange, and he had to give a password, which was Open Sesame, I believe. Jenny told me it in like round 1 or something. But then Trilly goes in there, because he has 4 powers in the time stone, he gets to unlock the thing that Jenny hadn't been able to unlock that she found in round 1, and he ended up getting an extra vote for it, which is cool because I trust Trilly a lot. And he did end up telling me about like everything, even though it took him a bit. He was just busy, I think, today, even though I kind of was too. So it's kind of like whatever. But like yeah, he got that, which was good. But what was bad was apparently like Tyler went to the same place as him. Trilly thinks Tyler was following him. Tyler says that he was just exploring, and then he ended up getting to the same place that Trilly did. I don't really know, but they've been kind of like butting heads about it, and like saying, "Oh, they're misunderstanding." I'm trying to say it's like a misunderstanding, but basically, like I'm kind of being the mediator for both of them, while they kind of fight. Not really fight, but like getting their feelings about it, because Trilly's kind of upset that Tyler is following him around and like being nosy. And then Tyler's like, I can't believe he would accuse me of following him. Stuff like that. Kind of like really dumb, because we're in an alliance together. We're in the something villainous alliance together, so there's really no need to fight about it. But, people want to keep secrets from stuff. But yeah, I'm basically in the middle of that, and I think it's a good representation of what's going on. That like everyone's coming to me with everything, even if I don't talk to some people as much as I'd like to, like Phoenix and stuff, and like Michael. Like I don't get to talk to them as much as I'd like to, but I feel like they both trust me anyway. So I feel like overall in a position on this tribe, I'm in a really good spot. And like when the two most active people, and speaking of which, I get a DM from Trilly, but when the two most active people, and like Tyler and Trilly, are like coming to me about it and like getting my advice on the situation, it makes me feel like I'm a valuable member of the team, and like, you know, like I'm really important to people as an ally. So it makes me feel safer in a way, but it also makes me feel kind of like appreciated and kind of wanted, like on a personal level. It's like nice that people want to reach out to me and talk about it because they can trust me with that, and they like want to ask me like what my thoughts on it are, which makes me feel like I'm doing well socially, building the bonds with people. Because I mean, there are people that they could have gone to, other allies, but they went to me because they felt best talking to me about it. So that makes me feel comfortable and also like good, because it's nice to feel like you're wanted to help, even if it's just for something as dumb as a petty argument over the Safari. But that's fun. And I guess something else I could talk about is probably like just the future of the game, you know? Like, I think because we haven't swapped, everyone's expecting an early merge. Like, some people are thinking it's going to be next round. I think it might be like, it could be this round, it could be like in 2 rounds or something. I don't know. I'm not trying to like think too far ahead. I'm trying to focus more on the now, you know? Just making sure that everything goes smoothly. Oh, let me fix my camera a little bit. Anyway. So yeah, it's just making sure these next rounds go smoothly. And I know I'm in a really good position here. Like, on the villains tribe, I don't think I'm ever going to be targeted. Or I'm not going to be targeted unless we get absolutely decimated, which at this point is going to happen. So I feel like I'm going to be able to make it out of this tribe in a pretty much perfect situation, where going into a merge, there's going to be so many people that want to work with me from this group, and also from the heroes as well. Like, last round was very hectic, but I spent a lot of the time talking to the heroes and getting that like connection in, because I haven't played with any of the heroes before besides Xerop and then Pig. And Pig is like kind of in a rough spot over there. Oh man. Yeah, Pig is kind of like in a rough spot over there, and then Xerop and I didn't really mesh well together in the org we played. So like there was always a little bit of like, is this going to work out either in this situation, or is like stuff going to come up from different games or whatever? But I feel really good with every one of them now. Like, I feel like I've made progress with all of them. And I just feel like it's really like beneficial to me to have those connections, because even if I don't end up working with them all the way, those people are going to be on the jury. And so if they feel good about me, they'll be more likely to reward me at the end too. So like that kind of happened in Inferno, is like where everyone liked me, but I wasn't exactly the most out loud strategic player, and that ended up really hurting me at the end of the day, because people were like, "Oh, he's a goat. He's just getting dragged along." So I'm working to like correct that while keeping the same social game, but also being a more strategic player, because I know at this point I can be a really good social player and really make these good connections and have people respect me on that level. And if I can make the moves to go along with that, my good social game will not only allow me to make the moves, but I can make them and not end up having these people bitter at me because they still like me, you know? So it's a like, as I've said a lot, I'm sure I've said it so many times in my confessionals, but everything about the game is a balancing act, and you really need to balance everything. Just make sure that you do like put enough the right amount of connection in with somebody, and then making sure you're allying with the right people and everything. And when you're in a situation like where you corner yourself off and like say, oh, I'm not going to work with any heroes. Like, if you don't want to work with people just because of arbitrary labels, you're screwing yourself over from the outset, right? And so I don't want to corner myself like that in a game like this, because that's just going to be something that hurts me. Like, there's no benefit to me not being open to working with heroes or other people just because of a stupid team at the end of the day, you know? I'm really fidgety, as you can tell. And yeah, I mean, like, I kind of talked about it a little bit, and like, there's not really much to like say because I've talked about it so much in confessionals already, and that like, it's just about, you want to make sure that you don't do too much, but you don't want to be someone who doesn't contribute at all. Like, so like today with the challenge, I took the sit out. I was the only person online. I was like, I'll sit out. Fuck it. And then Trilly was like, okay, Caleb and Jack will sit out. And I was like, whatever. And I went back to bed. But I feel bad about that because now, like, apparently I've heard that Tyler and Jenny and Phoenix weren't really helpful, and I could have helped. So it's like, is that going to come back? So you want to like make sure that you say to people, oh, I feel bad. Like, you want to be honest. It's like, oh, we could have done something to fix this, but also you can't do too much of that where people are just going to be like, you know what, they're right. Caleb fucked up. Let's send him home. So it's like, everything about it is a balancing act, even something as small as that. You need to be able to balance your connections versus what you're actually doing in the game, you know? And like, for me, it's not just about, making connections, because yeah, connections in the game are like good for you, and like they're going to move you forward, obviously. But like, another thing that really, I think I talked about in my interview, not much of my confessionals, that one thing that I've always been a proponent for in my own personal like experience with orgs, that I always try to make lasting connections with people, and like make sure that I have people that I can talk to outside the game. Not that I need to talk to people outside the game, but like having people that I make these real bonds with is like a really fun and like rewarding part of the org. Because if I like, when I played Charitorg, I tried to see everything as a game, and like make sure that nothing was, that I didn't get too invested in it, or it was going to hurt when, everything came to an end. And like, I didn't get too invested in it, but I was gone in 2 rounds and I was still hurt anyway. So I was like, fuck it. In the next org I played, I got really invested into it emotionally, and made sure that I made real connections with people like Paige, and then, well, Xerop I had already talked to, but like Xerop and like Ryan, and I mean, fucking even Species and Wavy and Lana. And these are like people, not, I don't really talk to Species, but like Paige and Lana and Wavy and Xerop. I mean, like, these are people I talk to every single day, and like I feel really close to on, as you can on Discord. So it's like, I feel really that like making the connections isn't just about the game, but it's about making friendships that go outside of it. That's what I was talking to Trilly about it, is that outside of just being close allies, I feel like we're building like a really good connection beyond the game, where we're just good friends and we can like talk about anything, even if it's not just the game, which is why like I trust him so much. Because for me, like, if you're talking to people, if you're able to just have a natural conversation with a person, you're going to trust them more, open up to them more, which makes you closer allies in a game like this. The more you can trust someone with that kind of really deep personal stuff, the more you can trust them about the strategic stuff that can be really dangerous too, you know? It's like, as much as a personal story can be bonding, it's like, it's just as like good as like a good strategic talk, because you're going to be able to develop that trust and that connection that can really carry that relationship so far into the game. And because I said I trust Chile, I can just transition into the trust rankings, which was the main point of the video, but basically just did like 15-minute overview of my game and rambled a bunch again. So sorry for that, but I will start with trust rankings now. And I guess I'll go, I guess I'll just go front to back, because I think it's pretty easy to tell who my number one is. So my number one ally right now is probably Trilly. Yeah, definitely Trilly. So I really trust Trilly because he and I easily talk the most out of everyone. I talk to him pretty much all the time, all day. Like, we probably have hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of messages at this point between the two of us, just talking about whatever, shooting the shit, or strategizing, or just, you know, coming up with what we should do, and like planning. And we're in the middle position on the tribe too, still, because we still haven't been to tribal ever since the sex boot. We haven't been to tribal like in a solo situation. It's all been, we've been to the joint where it was about villains sticking together. But if we end up going to this next one, it's still going to come down to myself, Trilly, and Jack making the decision on who goes home, pretty much. And I just really enjoy talking to Trilly and like getting to know him and making a connection with him, which, like I said, in turn creates that trust. And I feel pretty much like in lockstep. Like, he's definitely like a ride or die type for me. Like in Rig Brother, I had Paige, where I basically was like on like early. I was like to Paige, I was like, hey, I feel really good. Like, I know we don't really know each other very well, but like, I easily feel the best talking to you, and like, I want to lock something in with you right now, pretty much, where it was like, I want to be your ride or die from day one until the end together. And we went all the way to Final Four together, pretty much, until I had to vote her out, which was unfortunate. But I feel the same way with Trilly, where it's like, I feel completely like trust. I feel like complete trust with Trilly, where it's like, I have no concerns about him as an ally for the future, and I have no like reservations telling him anything. Even if I waited to tell him about the idol, it was because the more people that know about an idol, the less power it has. And like, if I had found the idol on my own, it would have been immediately I go to Trilly and tell him about it, because two people knowing about it is perfect. And Tyler knew about it because he helped me get it. And at that point, it was kind of like, do I want three people to know? Because that's when it starts to get a little bit more like it could leak. But Trilly knows all about it now. He told me about the extra vote, even if it took him a little bit. Like, after Phoenix told me about the time stone, Trilly told me about it all like a few hours later. So it's like, it was perfect. And I know that we have a really like strong connection that I completely trust Trilly right now. And I'd be like shocked if he was to vote me out right now. So definitely my number one ally for now. And then number two, I'll probably go with Tyler, just because Tyler knows about my idol as well. And he and I have been talking more recently. Like, in my last update, I had Jack at number two for my trust rankings. And I wouldn't have Tyler, I wouldn't have Jack number two anymore, but I would have Tyler there, just because Tyler and I talk so much and like kind of just shoot the shit too. Like I said with Chili, we kind of just talk a lot about whatever. It's easy to talk to Tyler, and we do a lot of strategizing together, just thinking about what we should do and what the correct move to make is. And I know that he's not gonna betray me, because we have the idol to use together, and we just have like a lot going between us that we know. Like, we share information, we share we share like updates on shit, and like, we keep each other in the loop. And like, I know he's going to be super loyal. Like, he's always going to be a bigger target than me, and he's always going to be super loyal to me. So it's like a win-win combo. And the fact that he knows about the idol, I have to put more trust in him, because he's helped keep it secret for however many rounds I've had it now, like going on 2 rounds now. So I definitely trust Tyler. And number 3 would be Jack. Jack is basically the same as Trilly, except Jack and I just don't talk as much. Like, I feel really good with Jack, especially because we're all in the middle together. But I think it's just because of spring break. He hasn't been the most active recently. He's just been down in Miami. And I totally understand, like, IRL always comes first, like, make sure you focus on your real life. And I still really trust him because I know he trusts me, and he's easy to talk to and get along with. And I know he's a loyal person as well, just based on all of our conversations, and he's not going to turn on me anytime soon. Basically, just put him there because I feel really good talking to him. I know where he stands, and like we are in a really similar position. So I keep like pretty much 1, 2, and like the first 4 are pretty much like all right there. Could easily like be interchanged pretty much. And so he's right up there too, like someone that I really trust right now. Number 4 is Adam, because Adam is really fun to talk to. I don't know if I can trust him as much long term as I can with someone like a Tyler or a Jack or even a Trilly, because Adam is a bit more chaotic and unpredictable than them. But for now, I think Adam and I have a really good thing going where we really we watch out for each other and we talk a lot when he's online, of course. And like we just get along well. Like, we've known each other for a while and we've talked for a while, and we just click pretty much. Like, we have a really good working relationship as well as a friendship. So I feel really good with him because I know that I can go to him about things and he's probably going to be honest with me. I don't know. He's not always like the most trustworthy person, and he can get a bit paranoid. Like, him and Tyler were really paranoid at the joint tribal, and that was kind of off-putting to me because it was kind of scaring me, and I was like, I need to play my idol now, like getting me out of like my ideal playing mind, like the ideal mind frame for the way I play. But it didn't have like a super big effect. Pretty much it was just a bit of like over anxiety from everyone, and that we all fed into each other's anxiety, and that was just kind of unfortunate. But it's over at this point. So I mean, I feel really good with Adam, and he did really well on the challenge today. I heard. I can't see the channel, so I just have to guess based on what everyone's saying, and I think he's someone that I can trust a pretty long way into this game. Like, definitely at least until the mid-late merge area, and then it'll be a question of, is Adam going to let me get to the end, and am I going to let him get to the end? So for now, I feel really good with him. Number 5 and 6 is the next tier. So pretty much 1, 2, 3, and 4 are together. Then it would be 5 and 6. Then it would be 7 all on their own. But 5 is pretty much interchangeable. But I'll just say Jenny, just because Jenny and I talk a bit more than Michael, even though our conversations are kind of stagnant at this point. Like, Jenny is I like Jenny, but Jenny just isn't the best at holding a conversation. We kind of end up talking in circles, and like she just posts memes kind of, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. And even though they're not always funny, I just have to say they are, just because I don't want to fuck up my social game just because of a stupid meme. So I say they're funny, even if they're not. But we kind of talk around the same few things. But I think that Jenny definitely trusts me, and like we had known each other before the game too, so it felt like kind of had like a predisposed connection to each other as well. And so she feels comfortable with me, and I feel comfortable talking to her about whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like Jenny is someone that like is going to be loyal as well, which I don't. With these people, it's like I've spent so much time with them at this point. It's kind of hard to differentiate a lot of them, not in like the way that it's like they all are the same, but like it's hard to differentiate how much I trust them all, because I've spent so much time with them at this point and connected so well with most of them that it's hard to say that there's anyone that I really dislike, because I pretty much like everyone. But I haven't seen a trust rankings. That's not really super important. But Jenny is like, I really like Jenny. I just wish that we could have more interesting conversations sometimes because it feels like disconnected almost. And I don't know how she feels about me because of that, where it's like the conversations just kind of feel boring at this point. Like there's really not much going on in them. So hopefully, like a shake up in the game or something will reinvigorate the conversation so I can feel more comfortable with her because when like we aren't having very good conversations, it's like, does Jenny just is Jenny just talking to me because she feels obligated to, or does she actually want to talk to me? You know, like that's a big thing where it's like you have to figure that out. And then number 6, I'll say Michael because I like Michael a lot, but time zones are kind of tough because we don't get to talk very much because of that. And then like he's a when he's on, we have good talks, but when he's not on, we miss a lot of time that we could be talking. And I don't know if he misses with everyone because he's the only one in the Australian time zone in our tribe. So it's difficult with him sometimes. But I do feel like Michael is a solid ally and a solid person. I feel like he's opened up to me a lot more than he might have in like Orc Stars, which is good. And I feel like he's improving on his social game in that way, even though there's the times when the same old Michael rears his head where he doesn't DM me back and then he doesn't DM me back for a while and then he'll like give me a crappy answer or whatever. But like I'm fine with it to be honest because at this point like I said, it's kind of stagnant. So talking in circles is kind of boring and really drains me more than it should just because it's so mind numbing. But when Michael and I do talk, it's pretty interesting. I do feel like he's someone that I'd have to worry about in a merge situation. And especially since we have the 5-person alliance from day one with like him and Phoenix, and by process of elimination, Phoenix is last. So we're trying to get him on board, Trilly and I, to like unanimously vote out Phoenix so we don't have any cracks going into a merge. And I don't know how receptive he is to that. So it kind of makes me nervous that he might not want to do it, but he'll do it and then flip on us at a merge. So that's one of the main reasons I have him below Jenny. And I just hope that Michael wants to stay strong with us and wants to work with us like he's saying to me, because I do trust him to an extent and I want to work with him deeper into the game than right now, and I don't want to have to like risk cutting him early merge just because he wants to flip or something. So basically 1 through 6 I trust all to an extent and I feel good with them in some capacity in the game for a decent amount of time or more. And then last is Phoenix because Phoenix and I barely talk pretty much. He ghosts me a lot of the time. And when he does respond to me, it's pretty uninspired conversation, like even more so than anything else. Like he was like, yeah, he talks about Gwent a lot, which I don't understand. And then he goes and plays it for multiple hours a day, and he's online the whole time too. So it's like he doesn't respond to anybody. And then he's like, thinks that he's okay in this alliance, and then he's on the bottom, and like people are telling him it's stuff, and like I know the heroes didn't handle that vote correctly, but it's like he can't take a hint because he's not doing anything to fix it, and it's really kind of like baffling to me that he's not doing anything to fix his social game because like he doesn't respond to me for like hours or even days on end sometimes, and like even when he does, it's like the most boring conversation I can ever have. He's talking about games and like I need to get food and I'm like order a pizza and he doesn't even respond to me. Like I'm just trying to help him out. Like give him some good suggestions and he's just like, nah, conversation over, dude. I'll respond to you in 2 days. And it's like, come on, Phoenix, you can do better than that. We've talked in other servers all the time. Like you're better than that. And like he's decent on voice, but it's like we don't all have time to voice chat all the time. So it's like you need to like improve in DMs or you're gonna get cut. And I mean, if we go to tribal, I'm pushing for him to go because he's the one person that I don't feel connected to that might screw us over at a merge the most. So it's like, fucking pick up your shit, dude. I hate to be rude, but I mean, Phoenix, you've been sucking socially, so like, it might be too late for you at this point, but like, he needs to improve somehow and emerge. If we win this challenge and we merge next, he needs to fucking improve his social game or he's done. He's just gonna get targeted every round because he is inactive pretty much. So yeah, I mean that's that. And we're already over 30 minutes again because I ramble like shit and these are terrible. So I'm sorry about that again, but these are it's my second video confessional, and I'll say, like, I talked about it and I'm so thankful to be playing still. I know I basically had it pretty easy after getting 2 easy boots, then winning, and then having the numbers in a joint, but like, you know, the game's still stressful, so it's like I'm so thankful to still be here, and like it's so much fun to play and have the opportunity to do this again, because it has been a while since I played, and the last time I played I was pretty bad at it, and I wasn't perceived very well. So hopefully I'm getting a bit better of a perception this time. Like with open confessionals, I'm hoping. I'm not really a big fan of open confessionals, but hopefully, like with these open confessionals, people can see that I'm more like that. I'm not just not doing anything. I'm working very hard and putting myself in positions to succeed, even if it's not the most flashy. So, like I said, I'm just so happy to still be playing and getting the chance to film this second video confessional, and getting the chance to still be in the game, and like hopefully continuing to emerge soon and getting the chance to really kick up the game, because that's when the game's going to get like at its best. And I'm super excited for it because I've got an idol, I've got all this stuff going for me, and I could really like make some noise there, and I'm super excited to like do that because I want to like show that I'm a good player. I want to show that I'm not a goat and just some person who relies on social game, because I'm not. Like I am primarily a social player, but like I'm more than that. I know how to be strategic if I need to be. I can't win a challenge, but I can maneuver my way through this game, and I'm going to show that like I'm not just some stupid rely on social game idiot. You know what I mean? Like, so like I just want to like show that I can be great. So, you know, it's like the competitive spirit in me is starting to really like, yeah, I'm really getting like the competitive stoke the flame, like get that like winning mentality in me, because it's coming up that it's winning. Like I was talking with Pig in the challenge today, it's almost winning time, which is a 30 for 30 that I really like, but it's a great quote. So thank you all for tuning in to my video confessional, second one, and hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was so long again, but yeah, like I said, winning time's coming up, so it's time for me to kick my ass into gear, right? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again at some point. Bye.